Hello, I'm just fresh back from an exhibition I want to tell you about, the art and life of Sheila Girling, and it was held at Bowhouse, St Monans in Fife in Scotland. First of all, find your gallery. And there, the Bowhouse pops up in the middle of some beautiful Fife scenery out of the blue, with a little steading, the large gallery, and then there's also various little eatery places around it as well. But this is our main focus, the art and life of Sheila Girling. And it's a centenary celebration of Sheila Girling, and the centenary of her birth, as you can see here from her dates, 1924 to 2015. She was a painter and also married to another famous artist, Anthony Caro, the sculptor, and their works kind of went together well, and so they're both in the exhibition. He has smaller works of art, but you can see the link between the two of their lives. And as Sheila said of their life together, it was a conversation about art that went on for the whole of their lives. The thing you first notice when you walk in is the size of the space. It is a giant barn of a building, and the pictures are hung, and this gives a feeling of kind of walls breaking up the space, but easy to walk around. And you also have wall text hanging down with some large quotes or information you should know about, or maybe some photographs of the artists, which just helps it to not be the usual exhibition with little tiny bits of words. And people just took it in a relaxed way, walking around. There was plenty of space. You could also stand back from pieces of art. You could also, in your walking, have a sense that you'd just come across and discovered something from a new angle. And her works are very large that are shown in the exhibition. There are some exquisite small little collages also, but by and large they are by and large, and very much, I guess, of their time, 70s, 80s. Some of them you can see the influences that have come across. There's that sense of texture, which obviously for Anthony Caro that was important, but you can see where she has spread the paint with like a wedge shape, big bold shapes, or she's collaged on other pieces of painted work as well, and they're all together. That's really what she's known for. Then Anthony went to America and she went with him, and from that they met various artists that she got to know and became familiar with works like colour field painting. And you can see this in her dropped paintings, but the size of them, they're not just a little piece of paint left to drop down a canvas. They're gigantic, and you can see this person viewing them to get a sense of their scale. If you're standing in front of them, they really do dominate you in a way which is wonderful. It's above you and around you to a certain extent. They're narrower, but they are a confident size. And I think this gallery space is perfect for the works, because you need that space to show them well and to be able to step back and get the full feel of them in relation to other works as well. I found the collages really interesting because they were so small and precise in comparison to the other much larger ones, and they had sold very well as well, so that obviously other people found them very attractive too. Her use of colour is very broad. She will mix different things, but you can also see her collage coming into space in her pictures, quite often with painted pieces that are on canvas and then cut up and stuck on in a way, maybe with paint, I'm not quite sure what, onto other paintings. But you can also see one painting has got a piece of newspaper in it as well. She's definitely not just a flat painter. Texture is important to her. And I went away from the exhibition to have a cup of coffee, and my husband encouraged me to go back, and actually that was tremendous, because I realised I had taken very few photographs. I'd been so engrossed in my thoughts and looking at the pictures themselves that I hadn't been going snap, snap, snap as much as I should do to bring the story to other people like yourself that weren't there. And so I went back and took some more pictures. And one of the ones I took was simply a video of the first picture you see when you walk in, which is the Last Supper, because it came to me that actually the floor pattern, the very polished concrete floor, and the very colours and tones at the bottom of the painting are quite similar. So it's almost like it's the same room, which I think is really clever for that to be noticed by the curator. And because it hangs, you can see it slightly moving in the air from the open door. And this gave the whole exhibition a certain amount of life, and it was totally appropriate considering that it's the Space to Breathe is the name of the group that's showing, and it has been curated by Sophie Camus and Alexander Lindsay, but the group name for their company is Space to Breathe, which in itself is a fantastic way to describe any exhibition. It's space to breathe, space to think, space to look. So I hope you've enjoyed looking around this exhibition with me, and that you now know a little bit more about who Sheila Girling was, and you'll keep an eye out for her work in the future coming through. Bye for now.